Okay guys, so we got some new parts for Frankenstein here. Imagine that. Today's video, we're going to be replacing the taillights with something a lot more modern. Something you're seeing on all the newer stuff. And what we've got here is some, I guess they call them C-streak taillights. I guess that's what they call them. And you can see they're kind of blacked out. And then they have this red, it's hard to see with all this glare. They got a red piece in there, and from what I understand, that's going to light up, and that's going to be the parking light. And then when I hit the brake and turn signals, this center piece is going to light up. And then obviously you got your backup bulb there. So I think this is gonna match a little better with the truck. Got two LEDs down there too. So these are DOT stamped. And I think, I'm not positive, I think these are just gonna be plug and play, even though the truck is a 99 GMC, it is not a 2007 truck. This part here is going to go all the way to the plugins underneath the truck. It's going to replace the whole harness. And I believe that this thing, I was under there looking, I think it's just going to plug right in. Even though it's way off on the years, it looks to me like the plugins are the same. So I'll show you under the bed. There's a place that it's kind of like an electrical center, and I'll show you the plugins. Hopefully, like I said, this is going to be plug and play. You can see the back here. It's just like a factory light, except for they got probably resistors and stuff in there. And you got your pins that go into the side of the bed. You got your places for the screws to hold them in. So these should look pretty awesome. I was gonna go with the ones with the white streak, and actually I ordered the wrong. I ordered some GMC taillights, not even thinking, because I wasn't searching for GMC. Somehow I got a GMC one and I ordered them, and they had the white deals, and that would match the front, but I think on the rear here, the red makes more sense, because that's usually what's on the rear is red. So we're gonna go with these. We'll see how they look, see how I like them, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's this electrical center I was talking about underneath the bed of the truck here. The guy's got an interesting aluminum deal holding this on. This is not how the factory would have done it, but I guess it works out for this. Anyway, the plugs there, the gray ones, are the tail lights. And I'm going to unplug the tail light right now. We'll get it out. We'll compare it, but I think it is the same thing. You're going to have to undo your lines because they're clipped all the way across. This one's only got one right there. So I'll get it unplugged, unclipped, and we'll compare the plugs. Okay, so here's the plugs side by side. The black one is the new taillight. Gray one is the old one. You can see there's quite a few more pins in this one than in that one. That's kind of interesting to me, but I guess the only way to find out if this is going to work is to actually plug it in here and see. You will notice that there's no gasket in the new light. I'm probably going to rob this gasket out of the old light. You can see that orange piece is a little gasket. So if you want your lights or your connections to be sealed, you probably should rob that gasket. So I'm going to run down there, we'll plug this in, pop the light in, and see what happens, I guess. Hopefully we don't burn anything down. And we have a winner, guys. Everything is working perfectly. This is the factory one. Now you'll notice on this, the guy, it's not hooked up right. I believe on a factory 07, both this one and this one should be parking light, and they should be brake and turn signals. It should not be just one working like that. So you can see the deal lights up as the parking light, and then the turn signal and the brake light are right here. This is the backup light. I gotta get an LED bulb for upgrading on that, but okay, so everything was working out real good there until I tested the brake lights. Brake lights don't work. So I went down there, tested my pins. Okay guys, so long story short, I'm going to save you all the failures I had, because I had a bunch of them trying to get these lights to work. So what I actually ended up doing is I couldn't get the parking and the brake to run off this one here, which is what it's supposed to do. So what I did is on those plugs, I just moved the pins around. So this centerpiece here is brake lights. The C streak thing here is parking lights. And I put an amber LED bulb in my backup, and I turned the backup into the turn signal. I could not get dual function out of this piece right here. I mean, I tried everything I could think of and pretty much failed miserably. Okay, so I got my pin pulled out of the connector here, and I'm gonna go from this one down to that one, and all there is a little tab, if it'll focus in here. There's a little tab you got to push on, and it'll release these little pins. This is the only way I could figure to use these lights, and I really want to use these lights because they are awesome. Once you see this deal here at night, some pictures, you're gonna realize that it is awesome. But I'm happy with it now. I don't have any backup lights. I was thinking about maybe getting a switchback for this, so I would have reverse lights in the factory deal, but that's not real important to me right now. I mean, you guys know me, I'm going to be adding backup lights, so not having the OEM ones is not really that big of a deal. Got plenty of LED lights just laying around even to get me some backup lights if I need them. Fit and finish is pretty darn good with these. There's a bit of a gap up here on this one, but I think the other tail light had the same gap, so I'm not sure if something happened to this bed at one time and it's not quite right or something, but they're aftermarket tail lights. These aren't OEMs. Again, you're going to be a little off. I'm happy with the fit. When I was messing around with these, trying to get everything to work, there's a little resistor deal, little resistor box in the back of this taillight, and that thing was getting hot. It was so hot I couldn't even touch it. So that's got me a little concerned, because I even kind of smelt like plastic kind of melting or whatever. So I'm hoping that isn't going to cause any trouble, but it did get really warm. So I guess that's going to do it for this video, guys. I'm going to get you some shots of the lights in action here, maybe some pictures and stuff to go with it. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one.